Hiya, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. This video is going to be called SAD, which obviously stands for Seasonal Affective Disorder. I've been doing my own work on this subject lately because if you've seen my other videos, you'll know that I do suffer with OCD and depression. And obviously, I've been looking at all the different ways, if you like, to actually try and make myself feel better. Something which I've mentioned in my other videos, which I know without, if you like, having any scientific proof, something I know for sure is that for me, when the seasons change, I definitely get unwell. Yeah. So for me, this has been happening for years and years and years. It seems to come to, if you like, about September time. You know, the nights start drawing in, and I do. I just cannot help it. I try, and my whole ability, if you like, to act, if you like, as I should do, just becomes more difficult. I feel more tired. I feel more anxious. I get depressed. All the things. I mean, I suffer with OCD. You probably know that if you've seen my other videos. But for me, this this seasonal affective disorder, I definitely think there's something in it. Um, Basically, from what I can gather from watching other information and reading articles about this subject, is that during the obviously days when you have nice long days, the rays are obviously going into your brain, and I don't know whether it produces serotonin or makes it act differently. I don't totally know how it works, but apparently I think it helps your body. The sunlight basically tells your brain it creates activity, the hormones in your brain, and it tells your body that you are awake. And the same goes when it gets dark. There's something else called melatonin, which apparently makes you want to go to sleep. And obviously, when it gets dark, your body produces melatonin, which obviously makes you feel more sleepy, which obviously slows your body down. So the whole idea of this SAD, seasonal affective disorder, if you like, is all to do with the weather. I know people that suffer a little bit with depression, and I know for sure they do go away when they can. Obviously, if they can afford to, they go away to sunnier places. And what was interesting was that I was watching an article earlier about a young girl who's now she's now got obviously got older now. She looked like she was about 50 in the video, and she said that she's had it most of her life. But she said her dad had it, and she said her dad had it severe. That was her words. But she said that apparently they moved to Australia, and she said that when they moved to Australia, her dad, her exact words were, he was like a different person. And there's got to be something in it. I know with me, I know for sure. I mean, I don't actually keep a daily life diary, if you like, but I know for sure because my wife tells me that every time I start, if you like, it starts to run up till Christmas, and it's got nothing to do with Christmas because I like Christmas. I like the idea of Christmas. It's just that I think the dark nights. I mean, like now where I am, I'm in Essex, obviously United Kingdom, and like by 4 o'clock now it's dark. Well, that's if you think about the difference in the summer when it's still light at, some nights I can remember it's still light at 8, 9 o'clock at light, 9 o'clock at night, and this is what it's doing. The daylight is telling your body that it's time to, if you like, activate, and the darkness is telling you to basically slow down. And this is what's happening to your body. Um, Something which I am going to look into, and I ain't going to say to you go out and get one because I've not tried it. But I was watching another article about this seasonal affective disorder, and one of these ladies, she said that she bought one of these lamps because I was just looking on eBay to see how much they are. You can get one for about £60. I'm not affiliated with that company, or there ain't no links on my video. It's just something that I come across. Which this woman, she said that she reckons that she actually showed it in the video. She's actually sitting there with it at her desk. It looked like it was about 12 inches wide by about 12 inches, about a foot square, and it's just a light that she said gives off this artificial daylight, which she actually said she swears by it, because obviously where she's obviously looking at this light, it's basically reactivating her brain, and this is something I'm actually going to look into in the new year. Obviously with Christmas, I don't want to be spending £100 on lamps, but it's definitely something which I think it's worth a go. Anything that you can get that's gonna, I'm sitting here now doing this video, and I've got one of these photography lights, but this don't work. If it did, I would sit under it for a longer period if I thought it was going to make me feel better. But if you've got OCD, you'll know how sometimes you get desperate and you would give anything a go, or depression. It's all just, to me, it's all linked. When people say they've got anxiety, OCD, depression, it's all for me. It's all intertwined. My OCD leads to my increased anxiety, which leads to depression, which leads to more anxiety, more intrusive thoughts, and you're just going around in circles. And for me, anything that obviously can make you feel better, I think you should, if you're able to afford it, perhaps give it a try. If you see my other videos, I've just been prescribed, I think it was called a pregabalin, which is like anti-anxiety, which I started taking about 3 days ago. I ain't really noticed any significant effects yet, but like all, I think all medications that are like that, they all take time to, I think I take citalopram, and I think citalopram, they reckon it takes 3 or 4 weeks to get in your system. So um, something I'm going to do, just to like, obviously we've covered the subjects of SAD, which is what this video is going to be about. It's just, the whole idea of this video is to make you aware of daylight. It's difficult, obviously, if there ain't no daylight, but if you see my other video, I was chatting to my daughter the other day, and she suffers with OCD. She's like me. I feel bad because she's obviously inherited it. If you can, I think you can inherit it, but this. I was watching a video the other day about the different. They've actually isolated different genes now in the sequence of your genetic makeup. There's a gene that they've identified, which apparently, I think it's got something to do with your body's ability to produce serotonin. And obviously, if you've got this gene, you're okay, and if you haven't got it, then obviously you're not okay. But the good news is, obviously, serotonin. There's ways that you can try and obviously get it into your obviously brain, because all serotonin is, it helps the transmittance of thoughts. I don't know. I just don't know how it works. All I know is that people like us, if you've got OCD, depression, you are deficient in serotonin, and daylight, that obviously helps your body to. I don't know whether it helps to produce it or if it helps to make it work better, but daylight is the key. That's one of the keys to your recovery. So if I had 5, 10 grand in the bank now, I probably would go to Florida for a month. But you know what it's like. If you ain't, if you haven't got that money, and obviously you can't. But I think it's something to consider, and something I'm going to do next year on the run up till um, Christmas. Like, when it starts getting dark, I am going to make sure I've got one of these lamps. I'm going to give it a go. I'm just interested to see whether that has any sort of effect, because my wife says to me, she said, when I get down and that, my wife, I get bored of saying it, but she says to me, she says, Cole, it's getting near Christmas. You like it every year. That's exactly what she says to me. Cole, it's getting near Christmas. you like it every year. And it frustrates me because obviously I'm not in control of the seasons. But I'm hoping if when I've got the money I can get one of these lamps, who knows? If sitting here like now, if I'm sitting here now doing a video and I've got another lamp behind me camera and it's shining on me, or I'm sitting in the other room and you know what I mean, it's shining on me and it makes me feel better. It's got to be worth giving it a go. There's something else you can get apparently, one that actually wakes you up now in the morning. So it literally like you can imagine you're laying there and all of a sudden this lamp comes across you. You might be thinking you're going to the forever after with a big white light, but I'm going to give it a go. Do you know what I mean? I said to my missus, I wish so if anyone's watching my video wants to buy me a Christmas present, that's what I want. I want a white light. I want a, I want an SAD light, one that's going to make me, hopefully, you know, whatever it does. I really don't know, but I've watched quite a few videos on this on YouTube. These different people that have got these lights, and this woman she swears by it. And there weren't no links. It weren't like she was giving you a link to go and buy it on Amazon or anything like that. It was just she's I'm assuming she was a genuine person that had obviously problems, and she'd done this video about SAD, and she was talking about this light, and she said that it's changed her life. And I don't think you've got to be under it all the time. The way she was talking, I think she said she spends about half hour a day. Well, most women spend that much time doing their makeup. You got up in the morning, you're sitting there at your table, and you put your light on, and it just, you know what I mean. I think you've got to do it as well. I think the idea is to do it in the morning. I think she said. So in the morning, you know what I mean. You're just, it's bringing you, it's obviously waking you up, and then obviously, you might perhaps try it again during the middle of the day if you've got access to it, and then turn it off, and then, obviously then it starts 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Then obviously you need to obviously not have the light, because then your body needs to know that obviously your daily cycle is now slowing down, because just like you want to wake up in the morning and have this light and have this if you like assertiveness, be like ready for what you got to do. You also, when it starts getting like 7, 8 o'clock at night, you don't want to be drinking coffee or anything like that. Now you want to slow your body down, so when your body shuts down at night, and then obviously you sleep through till 6, 7, 8, whenever you was sleeping in the morning, and then as soon as you've had your 7, 8 hours, then get up. Something I've realised as well is I don't want to make this video too long, but sometimes I think you can, if you ain't got a lot of work and you're going to bed late and then you're getting up late, and I don't think that does you any good. I know it's difficult because it's like a habit, and you get into bad habits. But I do think, just ending this video, whether or not it's worth you looking into getting one of these lamps or not, there's definitely something, for me anyway, there's definitely something in the idea of being outside and being under daylight. I watched another video a while ago. This guy was saying about um, anxiety and all that. He reckons it sounds stupid, but he reckons even like if you go out in your garden and you stand there with like bare feet and you actually feel the grass or the pavement or whatever underneath your feet, obviously underneath your feet. I mean, I don't know whether I do kind of get what he's saying there, this bloke, because sometimes you go in the garden, you've got nothing on your feet. It does make you feel a little bit more. I don't know whether it's anything's worth giving a go, but definitely look into this daylight thing. Use it as another tool against another weapon, if you like, against your condition, because anything that you can do, which is going to, if you like, even raise your mood. It might be that it raises your mood by 5%. If you then have a medication and it raises your mood by 5%, and you start eating properly and it raises it by 5%, then all these different, it's helping you. It's helping you, and that is, that's the idea of my videos. Like I say, if you've seen it in my other videos, you'll know that I'm a genuine, I have got OCD, depression, which obviously anxiety, all the different things that are linked to it. So it's something that I do know quite a lot about. Obviously, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I have done a lot of, I have done a lot of homework on it, if you like, looking for um, I'm not going to say cure, because I don't think you can be cured from it, but looking for a way of improving my life. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I'm into personal development as well, because of obviously how I've been at different times throughout the year, and I've struggled. I've looked for, I think, where I've been looking for, um, a way to improve my situation, and more importantly, my family's situation. Um, I've kind of stumbled across this personal development thing, and it's something that I really, I'd love to get more involved in. And I'm in sales, so I do know quite a lot, I do know quite a lot about, if you like, how to generate income, and how to, obviously how to do this. Although saying that, at the time of making this video, things ain't going great, but it's because of the weather. Um, I think I think next year I'll approach this time of year differently. I will be a lot more prepared, if you like. I won't, um, you know, I think if you've got other problems, different problems, they can all accumulate, and I think you need to basically tackle, look at ways of reducing your problems. Whatever problems you might be having, whether it's money, whether it's family, whether it's housing, whatever these problems are, I think if you can look to reduce all these different things, then obviously all these different things are causing you anxiety. Yes, you might have a condition like I've got OCD, where I have intrusive thoughts about things upset me, but these problems are exacerbated by having other problems. Then you have a problem on a problem on a problem, and then before you know it, your you know your mind is it's being hit from every direction. I mean, today I had to sort out something with my insurance, and it wasn't a difficult thing to do really, but where I ain't feeling that great, it just seemed like, I had to go and get copies of things and fax them off to my insurance company, and I had to get email and my driving license, and like, it was all things that perhaps, at another time of the year, that wouldn't have been such a problem for me. But today, because things ain't going great, and I'm looking at, different, sometimes these little things can seem a lot bigger than what they really are. And ending this video, I just think you need to kind of prepare, prepare, prepare for, for things that are going to happen in your life, and accept that you cannot do everything. You cannot do everything. You cannot help everyone. You can't always do for your children what you want to do. You can't always do for yourself and your wife what you want to do. And I think you have to accept that. And sometimes you have to just accept the way things are, and be happy with the way things are. But I'm going to end it there because I'm going on a bit. But yeah, look into this lamp. Look into this lamp. Try and be outside more in your work if you can. If you work in an office, go out more in your lunch hour. If you can go out to lunch and sit on a bench, and you're in a bit of light and there's a bit more going on, this is all going to make you feel better. Please like my video. I really appreciate it if you like my video, and if you could give me a thumbs up. And I'm going to ask you to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. If you've got OCD or any other mental health condition, or if you're looking to improve yourself, improve your life, um, I'm, my channel's all about me. I just try and tell you what I do to try and make me better, and like I say, my family better, and obviously my work. If you like, I'm an everyday guy. I'm not a whiz kid or anything like that. I'm a working class. I call myself a working class Joe, who's trying to make his way in the world, and if you like, trying to do good. Thanks a lot, and I've got to say, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope you watch another one of my videos. Thank you so much, and don't forget, keep in that sunlight. Bye bye.